In lesson number 2, we're looking at the sums of functions and products of functions, which I think is kind of fun, but I am a math person. In example 1, we have h of x equals x plus 3, and its domain is the real. And then we have phi of x equals x squared minus 6, and its domain is the integers. And we need to find h plus phi of 2. So we're going to add these functions together and then evaluate it with 2. So we have h plus phi, and I'm just going to do that, of x equals x plus 3 plus x squared minus 6. So those are the two functions I'm putting together. I'll have x squared plus x, because they don't have any like terms that you could combine with those, but I can combine my 3 and negative 6 to get a negative 3. Okay, and then I can go ahead and put in my 2, so I have h plus phi of 2 equals, I'll have 2 squared plus 2 minus 3, so that's 4 plus 2 minus 3, so it'd be 6 minus 3 is 3. So h plus phi of 2 equals 3. Okay, so we just had to add the functions together and then fill in the 2. Okay, and then in our next example, we again have h of x equals x plus 3 with the domain of the real numbers. And then we have g of x equals 2x squared plus 5, but its domain is negative integers. So we'll have to be careful about that, because if it has a domain of negative integers and then we're trying to put a 5 in there, that would not have an answer. So this would just be null set or an empty set, since that 5 was not part of the domain of my g of x. Okay, let's look at the next one. In example 3, we're trying to find g or f of g of x, or basically you're multiplying your functions together, and I think that should be an h. So yeah, that should have been an h times g of negative 4. But what we're going to be doing is multiplying those functions together and then putting in a negative 4, and the negative 4 does fit with both of their domains, reals and negative integers. So I'm going to have, sometimes it'll be written with a little o, g, so times g of h, or of x, sorry, equals, then we have x plus 3 times x squared minus 6. Right? So we're going to multiply these together. So I'll multiply my x across, so I'd have x cubed minus 6x. And then I'll multiply the 3 across, so plus 3x squared minus 6. Oh, just trying to do the x again. So minus 18. Alright, so this would equal x cubed plus 3x squared minus 6x minus 18. Right, now I'm going to fill in the negative 4. So I have h times g of negative 4 equals, so I'll have negative 4 in parentheses cubed plus 3 times negative 4 squared minus 6 times negative 4 minus 18. So that'd be a negative 64 plus 48 plus 24 minus 18. So then this gives us a negative 10, so h times g negative 4 equals a negative 10. And that would be our answer. Alright, we have one more example to look at here. So again, we're multiplying together the functions. This time we do have f of x and g of x. And again, we're going to put in the negative 4. But if you'll notice, this says positive integers, and that's a negative integer, so it does not fit in the g of x domain. So what I'm going to have to do is just say that that's null set or an empty set. And then that would be our answer. So be very careful about those domains, because sometimes you might do all that work of multiplying the functions together and then find out that it's not going to work because the number you're given doesn't fit in the domain. Hopefully this helps, and if you have any questions, feel free to email me.